So today I have two main things to show you. The first is this whiskey. This is going to be the thing that you're more interested in anyway, right? So this is Uncle Nearest whiskey. And if you like whiskey, then you probably know about Jack Daniels. However, Jack Daniels received his original recipe and, the whole recipe, the process. He was actually taught by a former slave, and I think his name was Nathan something, and his nickname was Nearest. So this is actually a whiskey that is produced according to his original recipe and is made and provided, bottled, so-and-so, the company is owned by his progeny, by one of his descendants, I think like a granddaughter. They, on their own label, obviously can't say that this is where Jack Daniels originally came from. But if you go on the website, you can put the pieces together, and I'll read you this little story they have here. And it's kind of one of many examples in history where something was known to be produced by one person, often a white guy. Turns out that somebody else taught them, and that person probably wasn't white. So it's very common also for former slaves to have their knowledge basically passed on through whoever, was in privilege, whoever could be taught by them. And then that person kind of gets all the acclaim. This little book is on the bottle, and I guess it's adult story time because I'm going to read that to you. This is the story of the best whiskey maker the world never knew. The hills and hollows around Lynchburg, Tennessee don't easily give up their secrets. The whispers have always been here, undiminished by the passage of time and the buzz of the larks and the mockingbirds. Here, where Tennessee whiskey was born, the story quietly endured for nearly 2 centuries, kept alive through the recollections of kinfolk and neighbors and faded ink on brittle, yellowed pages. Was it possible that the real godfather of Tennessee whiskey was a man the world never knew? Was it true that a former slave became a master distiller, helped perfect the process, still followed today, and taught his craft to others who would find worldwide fame and become whiskey legends in their own right? Let us tell you the story of the man they called Uncle Nearest. Back then, the good folks of Lincoln County were a highly knowledgeable bunch when it came to farming, milling, and the raising of fat swine. They also knew their whiskey. Nothing pleased them more than the sight of steam and smoke snaking skyward from the still house on Louse Creek. It signaled to those in the hollow that Nearest Green was hard at work, making whiskey that surpassed all others. Uncle Nearest's whiskey was soon known as far away as Huntsville and Nashville for its uncommon smoothness and character. Many believe that he may have been responsible for helping perfect what became known as the Lincoln County process, where whiskey is filtered through layers of sugar maple charcoal, a process that defines Tennessee whiskey and makes it unlike any other distilled spirit in the world. The scattered remnants of cut stone still remain, but the old distillery on Louse Creek has been gone for generations now, the tin and timber beams no match for the rigors of nature and time. Yet the legacy of Uncle Nearest is alive and strong and ready to be shared for those who enjoy an exceptional whiskey and those who believe in giving due credit to a man who worked in the shadows, turning crystal clear water into gold. And then it just says, enjoy Uncle Nearest premium aged whiskey neat on the rocks or in one of our signature cocktails. And there are recipes in the back. There's Tennessee Gold. You can see that. So that's fun. And Now, time to crack this open. You can't see it, but I have a little knife. I'm just going to uncork this bottle. There we go. So first, I will let you know that the aroma is incredible. It wouldn't really do for me to open this up and then not taste it. Obviously not very thick, but honestly it could smell like this could be a perfume. I would prefer. I actually have a lot of perfumes that have bourbon or whiskey as like a note. That is incredibly smooth. So the first thing that I'm going to do here today, I have this bottle of mugwort. This is chopped, fresh. I think it's like a sweet Chinese variety. And I have placed it in this bottle, and I'm going to top all of this off with whiskey. And I am going to leave this bottle of mugwort and whiskey just as it is for a few weeks. I could put more mugwort in physically, but I want the alcohol to be able to overpower the water and the volatile oils. And so the reason I went for 100 proof is because as this mugwort becomes slowly broken down by the alcohol, it's going to release some water. And you don't want there to be so much water released into the alcohol that it can denature it. So that's why you need a really high proof. Give it a little shake. Looks like tea, right? Very strong. So the second thing I want to do is I'm actually going to pour some off into this bottle for any other time I need to use some alcohol in my work. First, I'm pouring just a little bit in to clean the bottle with. A very strong spirit like this. So I'm just going to roll it and just get it all over every surface. And it goes out in a snifter. Throughout the year, sometimes I have a lot of herbs, and so it can be very useful to have some alcohol on hand to make tinctures with any surplus. I'm just going to do a little bit though. This is a very big bottle. I'm not going to fill it at all. I'm just going to get the alcohol nearest to about halfway. This doesn't look like much, but for certain tinctures or things like that, it would do. I'm going to go halfway down. Let's just go halfway down to this little band. This is a short video today because this won't take too long. So I have this bowl of dried fruits and spices. It has red dates, apricots, some goji berries. These little black ones are elderberries, and there's cloves and cinnamon sticks. And they are going inside here because every year I make a spiced blend for the holidays. And then I filter it. So I do have to kind of make room for the different things that are in this bowl. This smells so good. The cloves and the fruit. So I'm going to cut open the dates to get the seeds out. I don't necessarily want them to soak. Chinese dates are really like kind of gummy and papery, and then you can just cut or remove the pit. I'm just going to put that in there. So you just want to cut along the side and then around to kind of get under the pit. And I just go right under and scoop it out. These apricots are going to get really big, but for now, I can slide them right in. Some cloves. I'm going to remove these dates. And you can hear it is the goji berries and cloves and elderberries going in. The elderberries don't look like much, but they will get much bigger as they soak throughout the year. So now you can see all the fruits and everything down there, and they will get all huge and they soak in the alcohol, and it starts to taste and smell really great. It already smells so incredible. Wow. Hats off, really, honestly. So, that has just been a little tour to show you what you can do with tinctures and spirits, and also a new whiskey to consider. I hope that's been relaxing for you. And here is your moment. Peace.